I tried this one trick and lost 5 kilograms in a week. And before you roll your eyes and think this is some scammy miracle hack, let me say this up front. It wasn't a magic pill, it wasn't starving myself, and it definitely wasn't some secret supplement that nobody knows about. In fact, it was something so simple that I almost ignored it. But once I committed to it fully for 7 days, the results shocked me. Now, let me be honest with you. I wasn't in a good place before that week. I felt bloated constantly. My energy was low. My clothes were tighter. Every time I looked in the mirror, I told myself, I need to fix this. But I kept doing what most people do. I'd start a strict diet on Monday. By Wednesday, I'd feel miserable. By Friday, I'd give up and promise to start fresh next week. It was a cycle of motivation and disappointment. So when I say this one trick changed everything, I don't mean it magically burned fat overnight. I mean it completely changed how my body responded in just 7 days. The trick was simple. I controlled my eating window and walked every single day. That's it. But here's where most people get it wrong. They hear something like intermittent fasting or daily walking and think, oh, I've tried that. I thought I had too, but I had never done it correctly. I had never done it consistently, and I had never combined it in a structured way. Here's exactly what I did. First, I limited my eating to an 8-hour window. I didn't eat breakfast. My first meal was at noon. My last meal was before 8 p.m. That gave my body 16 hours without food every single day. During those fasting hours, I only drank water, black coffee, or unsweetened tea. Now, before you panic, the first 2 days were the hardest. My brain kept telling me I needed food. But something interesting happened by day 3. The hunger waves became predictable. I realized hunger wasn't constant. It came in waves and then passed. And once I got through those waves, my energy stabilized. Here's what was happening behind the scenes. With fewer constant insulin spikes from frequent eating, my body started tapping into stored energy, including stored fat. Instead of running on incoming food all day, it had time to access what it had already stored. But fasting alone wasn't the full trick. The second part was walking. Not running, not HIIT, not exhausting gym sessions. Just walking, every single day, no excuses. I set a minimum target of 12,000 steps per day. Some days it was 14,000. Some days it was just above 12,000, but I never went below it. And here's the key. I walked mostly in a fasted state, morning walks before my first meal. When you walk at a moderate pace while fasted, your body is more likely to use fat as fuel. It's low stress, it doesn't spike your hunger like intense workouts can, and it's sustainable. Most people underestimate walking because it feels too simple, but when you do it daily and consistently, the calorie burn adds up massively over a week. And because it's low intensity, you recover quickly and can repeat it the next day. Now let's talk about food quality, because I didn't just eat junk inside my eating window and expect magic. I prioritized protein at every meal. Eggs, chicken, Greek yogurt, lean meat, beans. Protein kept me full and protected my muscle while I was in a calorie deficit. That's important because losing weight fast isn't about losing muscle and water, it's about losing fat while keeping your body firm. I also cut out liquid calories completely. No soda, no juice, no sugary coffee drinks. That alone probably removed hundreds of calories per day without me even feeling it. I didn't count every single calorie obsessively, but I was aware. I ate until satisfied, not stuffed. I avoided ultra-processed snacks. I kept meals simple. And something interesting happened by day 4. The bloating dropped dramatically. A big part of the 5 kilograms I lost that week was water weight and inflammation. When you reduce processed foods, lower sodium swings, and control carbs slightly, your body releases excess water it was holding on to. That doesn't mean it's fake weight loss. It means your body is stabilizing. By the end of the week, my face looked leaner. My stomach was noticeably flatter. My clothes fit better. The scale showed 5 kilograms down. Now, let's be realistic. Not all of that was pure fat. That would be biologically impossible in just 7 days. But here's what matters. It jump-started momentum. And momentum is everything. That 1 week proved to me that my body responds quickly when I stop confusing it with constant snacking, inconsistent habits, and random extreme workouts. Now, here's what made this work when other attempts failed. Consistency. I didn't negotiate with myself. I didn't say, I'll skip today. I didn't compensate with junk food at night. I committed fully for 7 days. Structure. I had clear rules: 16-hour fast, 12,000 plus steps, protein-focused meals, no liquid calories. Simplicity. No complicated meal plans, no supplements, no crazy workouts, just repeatable habits. Now, let me address the obvious question. Is this safe? For most healthy adults, a moderate fasting window and daily walking are safe, but this is not medical advice. If you have underlying health conditions, you should consult a professional. Also, this is not meant to be a permanent extreme cut. Rapid initial weight loss often slows down after the first week, and that's normal. The goal isn't to lose 5 kilograms every week. The goal is to use that first week to create motivation and continue at a sustainable pace. After that week, I adjusted. I sometimes shortened my fasting window to 14 hours. I added strength training 2 to 3 times per week to build muscle. I kept walking daily, and the weight continued to drop, just at a more realistic rate. But here's the biggest lesson I learned. The trick wasn't really fasting. The trick wasn't really walking. The trick was creating a calorie deficit without feeling miserable. Fasting made it easier to eat fewer calories naturally. Walking increased my daily burn without exhausting me. Protein preserved muscle. Cutting liquid calories removed empty energy, and consistency tied it all together. Most people fail not because they don't know what to do. They fail because they try to do everything at once, burn out, and quit. This approach felt sustainable. I wasn't starving. I wasn't destroying myself in the gym. I was just disciplined. So if you're stuck right now, here's what I suggest. Commit to 7 days. Set a realistic fasting window, even 14 hours if 16 feels too hard. Walk every single day. No excuses. Prioritize protein. Eliminate liquid calories. Drink water. Sleep at least 7 hours. And track your steps. That's it. You might not lose exactly 5 kilograms. Everyone's body is different, but you will see a change. And more importantly, you'll feel in control again. Because the biggest transformation wasn't just physical, it was mental. When I saw that scale drop, when I felt lighter walking upstairs, when my clothes loosened, I realized something powerful. My body responds quickly when I treat it consistently. There's no magic trick, just simple habits done daily. But sometimes the simplest trick is the one we ignore the longest. And if you're ready to test it for yourself, don't wait for Monday. Start tomorrow morning. Go for a walk. Delay breakfast. Drink water. Keep it simple. 7 days. You might surprise yourself.